Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.com. I'm your host, Earl Basin, and joining me yet again is none other than Jason Juggling J. Ford. Jay, on Sunday, Bermuda at the National Sports Center will take on Canada in a friendly match. Your thoughts and expectations of what you've seen and heard of the Bermuda team thus far. The Bermuda team is supposed to be announced come tomorrow. There are some players back on island. More arrived yesterday. Hopefully we can get some of those names out to everyone in a short space of time. But your thoughts and expectations of Bermuda taking on Canada, who are preparing for a Gold Cup match in next week, and of course Bermuda, the under-20 World Cup qualifiers.
Well, first things first, Earl, as far as the game itself, as a fan, just love a game at home. I mean, that's first and foremost. Anytime we have an opportunity to see our boys play on local soil, I think it's a privilege that we need to go out and embrace. No matter who puts on that jersey, as long as that is a Bermuda jersey, we need to go and root for our boys. As far as the match goes, it gives the coaching staff, Coach Lightbourne and Bascom and everybody in the back room, gives them a litmus test where the boys are. Obviously, we're getting ready for the World Cup under-20s qualifiers next month. It's always good to get some games in because you can only train, but match fitness and putting some of the training and putting some of those techniques into play is always great, and especially in an opposition they're not just coming to lay down either. They've got some things they've been working on. So it's a good litmus test for our local boys. But once again, as a fan, I can't wait because we get a home game. We get to watch our boys play at home. And obviously against Canada, there's a big Canadian contingency on the island. So there should be some good bantering in the stands for that day.
Well, we got a chance to speak to some Bermuda Football Association officials and players in the lead up to this match.
President of the Bermuda Football Association, your first senior international match as president. What are you looking forward to? What is your anticipation on Sunday?
Well, I'm anticipating a good match. I'm anticipating a good crowd. This is most of the work's been done for me, which is getting the match. But certainly on Sunday, we're looking for a good match. We're looking to give some of our under-20s some match experience. Get them competing at a fairly high level in preparation for going down to Costa Rica, but also having a look at some of the local players. So you should see a couple new names, and come Friday we'll be able to release that information. But it's exciting times, and hopefully we'll be able to bring more matches to the island.
What's your expectation? Because you did say you're looking to make sure we get some under-20s involved, some new players involved. So what's your expectation of the team for Sunday?
My expectation is that they do well. They do well, they entertain us, and they enjoy the experience of playing a match at this level. I mean, this is a level above where we last competed. We went through the second round as a senior team, and Canada is one above that. So definitely looking for the players to acquit themselves well, and looking to be entertained.
One thing we often talk about is the availability of matches, and you alluded to it a little while ago, but when can we possibly see a constant flow of traffic coming to or us going to during international schedules or even outside of the international schedule?
The optimist in me says no, but the realist says that we've got some work to do in terms of being able to financially support these matches. Playing at home is a little bit more costly than traveling for us, but we do want the players to play in front of the home crowd. So, like I said, the optimist in me says now is the time that we think we'll be able to get more matches. And we're working towards that. We're working with some more potential sponsors that'll come on board and help us.
You think a good result then gets the phone ringing from other countries to try and come to Bermuda or want to entertain Bermuda?
It's actually double-edged sword. A good result, yes, helps us. A good result also doesn't. Because, to be honest, nobody really wants to play Bermuda because we are an unknown. We could be a minnow and perform like a minnow based on player availability, and then we could do something like we did against French Guiana and Guatemala. So it's a ticklish set of circumstances, and the negotiation becomes somewhat challenging when you know that those parameters sit out there when people consider maybe we should go to Bermuda and play a match.
Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the members of the media for coming out. My name is Vance Campbell. I'm the chair of the BFA Marketing Committee. I want to invite all of Bermuda to come out on Sunday at 3 o'clock at the National Sports Center for the Bermuda versus Canada friendly, international friendly. We understand that Canada has been in Florida warming up for this match. We want to turn up the heat at the National Sports Center and make it red hot so that Canada walks into a whirlwind. We want to invite you to fill the stadium, come out, make your noise, bring your noisemakers. Don't wait till the last minute to get your ticket. We want to also invite our Canadian friends, not just Bermudians. We know there's a lot of Canadians here working and living in Bermuda. We want to invite them out, and just in case they feel a little ambivalent as to who to support, they can support the team that's wearing red. Bermuda will be wearing red, by the way, so they can support the team that's wearing red. Thank you very much. I hope to see you coming out. Businesses, if you have social events, use this as a social event. You'll be surprised at the increase in morale. It's a family event. Bring the family. Everyone come out. Support Bermuda. Make it a fun day. Thank you.
This works twofold for you. You're going to take the head coach job for Sunday, but you're also looking ahead to February, obviously, because you're standing in front of us. What you're looking forward to Sunday, and then ultimately, obviously, in February.
Well, Sunday is a chance for the national team to get back together. Definitely get the players together, have a game, and see where we are as far as players that are pretty much on the island. There's a few players coming back, but just get back into the international arena for the senior level.
Obviously, there's expectations of having a few of the under-20s involved. Are you looking for them to get in some higher quality match practice?
Oh yeah, a few of them will probably be involved, but I think the squad is going to be mainly of senior players, sprinkle of under-20s, I guess to say. But it's an opportunity for all to try and really, the ones that haven't been really involved in the senior level, to try and see if they're able to play at that level.
As a member of the coaching staff,
yeah.
What are some of the things you guys have been working on to make sure that all the teams in the academy, including the senior program, gels and works together?
Well, we've been working on, all the sessions have been based around the same sort of thing for all the teams. So it's something that's been put in place through the whole committee. So and we're just trying to identify what works for Bermuda, So that's what we're going to be working on tonight.
We often talk about there's always a work in progress, but how far advanced are we there as far as identifying what our strengths are as far as style of play?
Well, we know we have the pace. We know that also we need to be a little bit more what I call do the dirty side of the game. So, you have to mix all that together. And the dirty side of the game is when you don't have the ball, do all that hard work. And that's something that we've been definitely preaching to the guys to improve in.
From your observation of the players that are in the squad here locally, and when you see them playing on Sundays, do you see that being implemented in their game?
Yeah, I think we'll come a long way from the sense that we see a lot more on TV, We also, a lot of the players have had some experience overseas, so they know that playing at a higher level, what brings with it now. So we're not as naive as we used to be, maybe, I would say, 10 years ago. Definitely.
What about the squad that you got? I mean, you still finalizing guys, or you trying to have an idea of what squad you can bring in? Are there going to be any lower league professionals coming back?
It's a couple guys coming back, like Jaquil, goalkeeper. He should be back on Ireland. Reg is due to come back. Can't remember everyone offhand, but I know there's two spring to mind. Killian's coming back. Willie Clements is there. It's we should have a pretty decent team to pick from for Sunday.
When did you get the request for you to take the team?
Well, Maurice just asked me like today, so but we're all gonna work together, and we, we'd all work together on this one. With Maurice being away until Saturday? He's back on Saturday, so we'll work it out.
Well, it's a group of you guys that's been coaching as a coaching, what we consider community, that's taken over the national program. It's just you guys have different teams that you.
Yes, exactly. Whereas Andrew and myself we've been together before on certain occasions with the senior team and the under-20s, and Maurice has been there as well. So, it's
same message.
Saying it. Yeah, they're not going to get a different message from me and a different message from Coach Bassam or from Maurice, and that shows that the program that's been put in place for the coaching staff is is going to go throughout. So, yeah. Yeah, they'll be excited about the match. Obviously, it's an opportunity for us to have a game, and we haven't played since getting knocked out against who is it? The game that got rescheduled. No, the game that got rescheduled, French Guyana. So, we'll see where we are. We still have a few players that was on that trip, and some new players that weren't on the trip. So, yeah. Yeah, he's been involved. Yeah, he's obviously come back from overseas from school and is having a full season there. I mean, we all know he has the ability to play. So we're just seeing it on a regular basis now, and he will be one that will be most likely involved.
Jay, we're counting down to the days where Bermuda will take on Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Your anticipation of Sunday's match?
We have a young squad. We have some guys coming from England to join us, but a lot of them are under 20s. Canada also have a young squad. I saw that their average age is like 24 or something like that. So, we want to be competitive. We have a system that we are taught to play, and if everyone does their job, there's no reason why we can't be competitive in the game. Obviously, we're going to win, but we just want to put on a competitive match and show our skills to the island.
For you personally, where are you at as far as your professional career?
I'm in talks now. I'm leaving Harrisburg. I can't say where yet, but I'm working on that now. So it'll be announced soon. But me, I'm just living life, working hard. I'm lucky enough to wake up every day and play football. So when I come here and play with these guys, I just try to bring what I've learned to them. I still learn from them. I still learn from the coaches here. But being in that professional environment is different from being in an amateur environment. You just learn these small things that can take you to the next level.
For you, what is the difference of playing away from home and coming back to play at home in front of the Bermuda crowd?
Playing in front of Bermuda crowd is always tough. Bermudians are very, I want to say judgmental, but they're critical. That's the word. But playing away, it's more intensity playing in America. Playing here, Bermuda has their own style of play. We're more laid back and things like that. But that's sort of changing. You have a lot of players that are playing in a foreign environment. Whether it's England or America. So, it's the levels that you can see the levels. It's increasing here. But we can't take away from the Bermudian style of play because we have very skillful players. We don't really have that much height except for me and some of the other guys, but we have skillful guys who can compete at any level very fast. So I'm expecting them to attack us to show what they have on Sunday versus Canada.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Back to be a part of the national team to take on Canada. Your expectations of yourself if selected to start and of the team?
Of myself? Well, myself, I always expect to try and give my all, put out a good performance. For the team, I'm not sure what players we have here, but I expect that we I expect that we put out a good performance. I mean, it's always a pleasure to play in front of the fans, and obviously our fans expect a lot. So I expect that we give them what they came to watch.
Now, you've been playing football in school, so you and at a different level. How much confidence do you have in your ability to change the game when you're in it?
I feel that I can bring something to the table whenever I come. I believe that it's something that we have as a nation. We do. Our creative players can influence the game in a number of ways. So I feel that I can create something on the day.
Last time you played Canada, got a little physical. Are you up to that? Because as you know, a lot of those guys like the physical part of the game.
Well, I've been a small player for much of my career, so that's something that I learned to deal with very often. So, I mean, whether it's having to outsmart them or just toughen up in general, but I feel that I can handle it.
The fact that when you play in school, you're playing at a faster pace. You come home and the pace at times can get fast, but then it slows up and down.
Yeah.
Does that kind of frustrate you as a player that it up and down the transition time?
Sometimes I find myself finding it a little difficult to adapt back to the slower pace of the hand game. But I mean, the game changes pace at any level. So I mean, it's just something that you have to adapt to, whether you're playing at home or abroad. You have to play at whatever pace the game dictates. So sometimes it will slow down, sometimes it will speed up. It's just a matter of the time of the game. Thank you. No problem.
Back home, graduated from school.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel getting back into the national program, how you're adjusting into the local game again? Because it is a big difference for you, isn't it?
Yes, it's definitely a big difference. It's always an honor to play for my country. So to be welcomed back again is, a great honor. Like you said, I graduated. It's a bit different playing in Bermuda, playing on fields that aren't as flat as, in the U.S. So, come playing National Stadium is always something to look forward to.
You've been seen doing a lot of extra work on your own. We had a little conversation yesterday about that. What do you think it's gonna take for you to sustain the 90 minutes against Canada and then possibly whatever you want to do professionally?
Yeah. So just based on my history for the national team, I noticed what the standard in fitness is. So I know what to expect in a game like this. So Canada's a very tough team, a lot of MLS players. So doing my extra work is very important. And then coming to training right afterwards, I think will give me the upper hand to be successful.
At your school, you were very instrumental in a lot of things breaking down for opposing teams. How do you handle, or how do you plan to handle making sure that your back four, including yourself, stay regimented to the task in which the coach set you guys out to do?
Just communication's the most important thing. I think our back line, we have a lot of experience. So as long as we communicate, we come from different playing styles. But it's Bermuda football at the end of the day, and we play it together. So the communication between the back line is definitely the most important thing for us.
Good luck.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Jay, come next week, 2 of Bermuda's rising young cricketers will be off on different endeavors. Delray Rollins is heading over to India with the England under-19 team, and Kamal Levrock is in the ICC Americas team for the West Indies Cricket Board's regional 50 over tournament. Obviously, you've had a chance to see both of these youngsters grow in the sport. Talking with Delray over the Christmas break here at Islandstats, we got a chance to hear how things worked for him in Dubai and what he's looking forward to. But just the thought of having 2 youngsters wearing Bermuda on their chests, but also representing, obviously, Delray, England, and Kamal, ICC Americas. But it must be a proud feeling for their families, their friends, and for us here at Islandstats to know that they are also representing Bermuda at the same time.
Now, unlike the last word we just talked about, this is something that we have to follow via Islandstats or whatever online media, because we're got our eyes closed in on those matches. As far as those players are concerned, this is another part of the journey of where they're trying to go with their career. With Delray, I'm glad that England have decided to go to India, because if you look at that national side, England, who are playing India, who've been taking a lot of licks in India, it's good that they get the under-19s out there to get accustomed to the playing surface out there, because obviously there's been some big totals in the national team. So I think, just in that alone, it's going to be something different as far as the English weather, the English pitches. A lot of the score lines you see in England is nothing compared to what you're seeing over there in India. And that takes some getting to, not only just physically, but also mentally, knowing that you've got to chase 350 runs at times. And we see with the senior side, they posted 360 and lost. That's really got to be. But in saying that, Delray will learn while it's over there. And that's the main thing. Hopefully he'll be able to come back and represent Bermuda with some of these things that he's been learning. But even if he doesn't, just knowing that he's a Bermudan we get to see on a world stage means everything. As far as Kamal's concerned, a little bit closer to home, we'll be able to see some of those matches. But even in saying that, I think mainly for Kamal will be just being in that, even though he's been in England in a professional atmosphere, but some of these players will be closer to probably some of his idols that he's really followed throughout the years, especially being out of the West Indies, and also having some heritage from down there also. So even in saying that, just him rubbing shoulders, training with, he spoke well when he trained with the MCC. Was it last year a bit?
Yeah, last year.
So he spoke about that experience, and this is just another experience for him. And we could see, on the day, he can be very explosive. We just hope that he gets the opportunity. A lot of those teams are stacked, but if he gets the opportunity, we just hope and pray now he's ready for it.
Well, from cricket to track and field, we have several youngsters playing their trade over in the U.S. doing rather well. Dej Miners was named the Athlete of the Week. Justin Dunower winning a triple jump competition for Dartmouth College. And we have a host of youngsters competing for St. Johnsbury Academy. Let's get that report. Senior Dej Miners of the Franklin Pierce University men's track and field team has been named the Northeast 10 Conference Track Athlete of the Week. Last week, Miners posted 2 national times. On Friday at the STAC Spartan Invitational, he won the 800 meters in a time of 1:52.97. The time currently ranks 5th in the nation. It meets both the NCAA Provisional and NEIC AAA qualifying standards, and is the fastest time so far this winter in the Northeast 10 division. Miners followed that up with a performance at the Great Dane Classic, where he ran a 4:16.94 to place 7th in the mile, meeting the NEIC AAA qualifying mark there as well. His mile time is the 11th best in the nation and ranks 2nd in the Northeast 10 division. Meanwhile, Crifter gold medalist Justin Donowa represented Dartmouth College at the Levron Fieldhouse in an indoor track meet. Dartmouth was up against Maine, Vermont, RPI in a 4 track meet team event. Donowa won the men's triple jump with a top leap of 14.81 meters. Corey Simons, Mateo Dill, Malik Jewell, Sejan Harvey, Jaden Ming, and Quinay Outerbridge represented St. Johnsbury Academy during the VITA weekend number 4 indoor track meet. Simons won the 300-meter race in a time of 39.4. Dill finished 6th, stopping the clock in 42 flat. Jewell recorded a time of 42.2 that saw him finish in 8th. Harvey finished 3rd in the men's 600 meters with a time of 1:30.81. Jewell finished 6th with a time of 1:34.03. Ming was 3rd during the 1600-meter event with a time of 4:52.56. Ming then finished 4th, competing in the 3200-meter event in a time of 10:35.67. Dill was a member of the St. Johnsbury 4x200-meter relay team that finished 2nd in a time of 1:42.21, while Simons ran for another St. Johnsbury 4x200-meter relay team that finished 3rd in a time of 1:43.99. Simons, Dill, and Jewell ran the first 3 legs of the St. Johnsbury 4x400-meter relay team that won the event in a time of 3:51.50. Harvey was a member of the second-place St. Johnsbury relay team that clocked 3:54.27. Ming ran the final leg for the third-place St. Johnsbury relay team that clocked 4:08.40. Harvey and Jewell ran legs 2 and 3 for the St. Johnsbury 4x800-meter relay team that finished 2nd in a time of 8:59.45. Simons won the men's triple jump with a top leap of 12.02 meters, while Dill finished 3rd, leaping 11.53 meters. Outerbridge stood on the podium 3 times in 3 races as she competed in. She first won the women's 1,000-meter race in a time of 3:26.34. Outerbridge helped the St. Johnsbury 4x400-meter relay team clock the fastest time of 4:27.13. Outerbridge also ran the second leg for the St. Johnsbury 4x800-meter relay team that won the event in a time of 10:24.90.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Jay, over in Florida, we had 2 youngsters, 2 members of the Bermuda Karting Club, Niall Bean and Jamie Newton, competing in a field of 34 karts. But just the fact that we have youngsters getting the exposure and the experience of racing in a different environment, on a different surface, under different conditions and different pressures. Just your thoughts on the experience that these guys would have and the knowledge in which they'll retain and bring back and implement on the track down the south side.
Well, you just said it. You just said it all in one breath, actually. The different surfaces, the different carts, sometimes even different atmosphere. When it comes to racing, engines perform different in different atmospheres. Normally, when we will have an international driver come to the island, but they're still under our conditions. So now when these youngsters are going, and when it comes to motorsports in particular, your relationship between the rider or the driver to the mechanic to relay information back to the mechanic, because the mechanic has set up your bike or the cart or the boat or whatever, but it is based off the information from the rider and driver. So the more knowledge that driver or rider gets going abroad, and it can relate back to the mechanic, that's when it becomes a successful pair. Everybody just sees the ride on the podium, but it's basically without the backing of the mechanic having it tuned in right, as we will say. You can have the best rider, but if you don't get off the starting line, you don't go nowhere. So not only for the youngsters, but also for the mechanics, because I believe the mechanics will be with them. And I think it's also a great trip for them also. So be interesting now that the karting association down there, they've been working very hard as far as the grassroots, bringing up the youngsters. But also I'm pretty sure they've made a lot of connections throughout the East Coast and trying to build a better relationship with some of those karting clubs out there. I know many years ago, drivers used to go down to a track just outside of the Talladega track in Alabama and to race. So there are some connections. Is it feasible to keep going every month? I don't know. That's where responses comes in with these motorsports. But all in all, I think that's the main part of this whole trip.
Well, let's see how Bean and Newton made out in Florida. Bermuda Karting Club drivers Niall Bean and Jamie Newton concluded competing in the Florida Winter Tour Karting Racing Series. On day 2 of the ROC Micro Class, the pair competed in a pre-final race, with Newton crossing the line 12th overall out of 34 drivers, with a 10-lap time of 9:11.4, while Bean was clocked across the line at a time of 9:17.9, which saw him finish 21st. The pair were on the start line for the final race. Newton finished 13th with an 18-lap time of 16:19.6, while Bean had mechanical problems, was only able to complete 5 laps. Following all the races, Newton finished 21st overall, while Bean finished 27th. The 2017 Area Re High School Rugby Division matches got underway at the National Sports Center last evening. Let's find out who the winners were. A triple header took place with 102 points put on the board in the games at the National Sports Center, with the biggest win of the evening coming in the second game as Saltus defeated the Bermuda Institute 42-0 in under 18 division action. The opening match of the 2017 season saw Berkeley show their dominance with a 21-5 win over Cedar Bridge Academy. Berkeley got tries from George Peets, Kari Olboy, and Jackie Simmons, with Simmons kicking all 3 conversions. Andre Woolery scored the lone try unconverted for Cedar Bridge Academy. In the other under-16 match, 2 different teams took to the field for the second game between Cedar Bridge Academy and Berkeley, where Berkeley came out on top 17-15. Berkeley got tries from Nadre Tuzo, Kari Olboy, and Dalen Ritter, with Jackie Simmons kicking 1 conversion. Cedar Bridge got tries from Chaquan Smith, Andre Woolery, and Paulo Souza. In the under-18 match that we said finished Saltus 44, Bermuda Institute 0, Saltus got 2 tries from Dylan Summersfield and Daniel Excel, while Kaya Williams, Henry DeRozo, Neil Figueredo, and Cameron DeSanqua all added a try each. Tyler Kendall scored 2 conversions.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
The Bermuda Island Basketball League season continued inside the Cedar Bridge Academy Gymnasium last evening with a doubleheader that produced 251 points. The Thundercats got off to a slow start. However, they were able to hold off the Twisters to win 74-62. Chris Crumpler scored a game-high 27 points to lead the Thundercats to victory, while Alex Butterfield scored 24 points for the Twisters. Game 2 of the night saw the Hoop Stars and the Cork Kings take to the court, with the Cork Kings coming out on top 53-52. Amali Smith and Harold Wilberforce University women's basketball teammates were back on the court however, falling 60 to 45 to Bear College in NAIA women's basketball action. Smith scored 2 points, going 1 for 6 from the field and 0 for 3 from behind the three-point line. She grabbed 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 4 steals in 23 minutes of action. John Lejeune continued competing in the 2017 Comp Aspen 2 freestyle skiing event on the Thunderbolt course in Aspen. Competing on the final day, Lejeune took part in the dual moguls. In his opening round, Lejeune advanced after scoring a big 22-3 win over Nash Lucas. In his next matchup, Lejeune did not finish against Ben Huffer.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, we've come to the end of another Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.com. But before we go, we have a special announcement to make. Islandstats will be broadcasting the Bermuda-Canada match from the National Sports Center on Sunday, January 22nd. Tune in to Islandstats at about 2:45 for live coverage of the match. I know I'm saying this, and the look on Jay's face will say it all. A shocker and a surprise. But yes, Islandstats will be broadcasting the match from the National Sports Center on Sunday at 2:45 p.m.
Oh, now you can tell me. Well, folks, please join in for the coverage of the match between Bermuda and Canada. I guess we'll all be tuning in Sunday at the National Sports Center live on Islandstats. How can you? Well, folks, until the next show, until Sunday, actually. We'll see you then.